Do the uncomfortable pangs of acid reflux or the frustrating symptoms of IBS plague your daily life? It's a frustrating reality for many, but understanding the root of your digestive troubles is the first step towards lasting relief. Let's dive into the intricate workings of your digestive system and discover the surprising reasons behind your discomfort. First, we must understand how our entire digestive tract works and how and where digestive issues may arise. The moment you take a bite, your digestive system kicks into gear. Chewing isn't just about breaking down food. It's the critical first stage where saliva softens your meal, making it easier for your stomach to handle. Take your time with each mouthful to support smoother digestion downstream. Next, your chewed-up food goes through your esophagus and into your stomach. Where your stomach meets your esophagus is your lower esophageal sphincter. In healthy individuals, this sphincter contracts and relaxes properly when needed. It relaxes to allow food in, and it contracts properly to keep your food in your stomach and to prevent stomach acid from going into your esophagus. Any malfunction of this sphincter will result in what we call acid reflux. If during digestion, your lower esophageal sphincter does not contract properly, your stomach acid will rise into your esophagus and you will feel a burning sensation. This sensation is caused by your stomach acid damaging your esophagus. Your esophagus is not capable of handling stomach acid as it is not its purpose to do so. So what causes your lower esophageal sphincter to malfunction? There could be many reasons why, and almost none of it has to do with any form of direct damage to the lower. This sensation is caused by your stomach acid damaging your esophagus. Your esophagus is not capable of handling stomach acid as it is not its purpose to do so. So what causes your lower esophageal sphincter to malfunction? There could be many reasons why it is malfunctioning, and almost none of it has to do with any form of direct damage to the lower esophageal sphincter itself. The most common reason is one or many vitamin and mineral deficiencies. To understand why and how these deficiencies affect the function of your lower esophageal sphincter, let's understand the anatomy of it. Your lower esophageal sphincter is simply a muscle. It works just like your other skeletal muscle groups. It contracts and it relaxes. To contract, it uses calcium. To relax, it uses magnesium. Therefore, a calcium deficiency might be a direct cause of acid reflux. Calcium and magnesium also work against each other. So over-supplementing magnesium can also lead to acid reflux because your lower esophageal sphincter will not be able to contract properly in a high magnesium environment. So how do you correct a calcium deficiency? Calcium deficiency is almost never caused by a lack of calcium in the food consumed. It's almost always caused by vitamin D deficiency, since vitamin D is the vitamin responsible for calcium absorption into the bloodstream from the digestive tract. So get your vitamin D levels checked and supplement if necessary. Another mineral that's crucial here is potassium. Potassium works during muscle contraction as well, so everything we mentioned earlier applies to potassium as well. Having healthy levels of potassium is very crucial. Potassium is also heavily involved in nerve signaling. The nerves in your digestive system control the pace and strength of muscle contractions and communicate with your brain about feelings of fullness or discomfort. Potassium supports this nerve signaling, ensuring proper communication. This communication line is what tells your lower esophageal sphincter to contract during digestion. So having low potassium levels would prevent your lower esophageal sphincter from receiving the signal to contract and would result in acid reflux. So make sure you consume high potassium foods such as bananas, potatoes, and avocados. Another reason for acid reflux is simply not having enough stomach acid, enzymes, and bile. Sounds contradictory, but having low levels of these results in your food spending too much time in your stomach. This is when you would feel bloated and gassy. With low stomach acid, the lower esophageal sphincter would need to contract for much longer, and just like any other muscle, the longer it contracts, the weaker it gets. So it could still leak some stomach acid into your esophagus. So what are a few reasons for low stomach acid production? Again, vitamin and mineral deficiencies are the main culprit here. Calcium and potassium are both needed for enzymes, such as lipase, required for fat digestion, and amylase, required for carbohydrate digestion. So having proper levels of these two minerals is crucial for digestion. Choline is another important compound. Choline is a key building block for phosphatidylcholine, a major component of bile produced by the liver. Bile is essential for emulsifying fats, breaking them down into smaller droplets that can be easily digested. Not having enough bile will result in fatty foods from being digested quickly. You can get good amounts of choline from your diet. Foods rich in choline include eggs, especially the yolk and beef liver. Lastly, vitamin B12 deficiency can cause low stomach acid levels. Vitamin B12 is used by the stomach's parietal cells to produce stomach acid and to activate an enzyme called pepsin that is used to break down protein. So having proper levels of vitamin B12 is important. Now that we covered your stomach, what happens next? Once your food is digested, another sphincter called the pyloric sphincter opens up and allows your food into your intestines. The intestine, also known as the bowel, is a long muscular tube that plays a vital role in the digestive system. Here, your body attempts to absorb digested nutrients such as sugars, amino acids, and fatty acids. What are some issues experienced here? If your stomach has done its job properly and your food is properly broken down before it gets here, you will not experience many issues. However, if your food still is not properly digested in your stomach, or you consumed things that are hard to digest or simply not digestible, you will likely experience bloating, gas, and inflammation here. Ideally, you want your food to spend just the right amount of time in your intestine. Not too short because that would prevent you from absorbing crucial nutrients, and not too long because that would cause bloat, gas, and pain. So to slow down your digestion here, you need the right amount of fiber. Too much fiber can and will cause constipation. Our bodies cannot digest fiber, but fiber allows our food to spend enough time in our intestines so that we can absorb nutrients properly. So having a decent amount of fiber is important, but it is equally important not to overdo fiber. Keeping an eye out for food intolerance is also important. Not everyone will have the same food intolerances, but avoiding foods that are particularly difficult to digest for you will help your overall digestion greatly. A few notorious culprits are artificial sweeteners, dairy, and various forms of spices, and overly fatty foods such as deep-fried dishes. To summarize, make sure you chew a lot and have proper levels of vitamin D, potassium, vitamin B12, choline, and fiber. Hope this video helps. Please like this video if you found it helpful and subscribe to our channel.